Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. So today we're going to be looking at... Ooh, let me turn that off. Sorry. My light's a little finicky, as you can see. But the Pennsylvania #1 was kind of interesting. I don't know why they numbered it #1, but they did because for some reason the Pennsylvania wanted to be #1. And I'm not entirely sure why, because the Pennsylvania had probably hundreds of engines before this one, and I don't know why they named this one #1. They even had more 280s before this. So this is a Pennsylvania H6sb 280. You can see this is a Lambert and Associates. These were very nicely manufactured. These were built, I think there were 500 of them maybe, around there. And they were built by a company called Cab, or that's what their denomination was. These were a smaller Japanese builder. You can see it's got a nice box. Minor shelfware, but that doesn't really matter. As long as the model's good, that's all that matters, in my opinion. I'm not this isn't going to be a shelf queen. So, you can see. It's already got the weight installed in there, so I don't have to take this thing apart to put the weight in. But as you can see, this is custom painted, and as you could see earlier by the video. So, here you can see the locomotive. It's a very nice engine. Here's the tender. It's got that. Oh, the tender deck is not red, so, or it might just be colorblind, I don't know. I'm colorblind. So I don't know why they didn't do that and paint the tender red, but not a huge deal for me. And you can see, nice paint job, got a nice smooth finish, which means this was airbrush or professionally painted, which is nice. So, got that, it's something interesting when you're buying brass locomotives. You can never really tell what the aroma is going to be, and this one has a very interesting aroma. And you can see this has the glazing on the window, and actually a very nice smoke box color. Another thing, this model actually looks like it has a gear, that someone put a gearbox in. No, oh, that's confusing. This one's a little bit different than the B&O I had. The B&O was... yeah, interesting. But you can see it's got blind center driver, so this thing could probably go around an 18-inch radius curve. It does have a back head, but no detail. And this is a nice engine. For what I paid for it, I'm really happy. This does have a, looks like it has an open frame motor, but these are higher quality, and they should be able to use these to have, with the decoder. And I like this smoke box color. However, it's a really nice color. I think it looks like scale coat. But you can see it's got all the little lights in there. It's got a front coupler. So I'm really happy with this engine and what I paid for it. So, yeah, we'll get over to the track, and I hope you guys enjoy. The Pennsylvania H6 was originally a Limes East design built by Baldwin and Juniata shops between 1899 and 1901. They featured narrow bell pair fireboxes, Stephenson valve gear. Some were rebuilt with the superheaters and wide bell pair fireboxes to the H6s. Consolidations of H6, the early H6 were revamped with larger bell pair fireboxes that increased the grade area by 47%. This drastically increased steaming capability. And these were used all over the Pennsylvania system in the early 20th century. Between the years 1902 and 1905, Baldwin built 1,000 H6 classes. In 1905, the design again was altered to include piston valve cylinders and Walschaerts valve gear, making the H6b, except for the larger fireboxes on Class H6ab. Major dimensions of the Class H6 were retained throughout, with only minor variances. Baldwin Juniata shops and Alco forces put together a grand total of 1,835 H6A and H6B engines between 1901 and 1913, with Baldwin doing the major share. A prominent feature on the classes H4 through H6B were the air reservoir tanks mounted underneath the roomy double-windowed cabs. H6AB had both the H6A and H6Bs had vanished on the roster by 1934, although engines rebuilt with superheaters gave some longer time on the system as H6sbs chuffed along with local freights until the late 1940s. There were still 117 of them in July 1941. The H6sbs were used because heavier H8s and H9s were too heavy for the rail along small local freight lines. So that's about it for the information, and I hope you guys enjoy the running of this.